Have you ever read an entire chapter and realized your eyes moved across every single word, but your mind was completely somewhere else? You weren't distracted, you weren't tired, you weren't doing what almost every reader does, skimming the surface of ideas instead of actually going inside them. Mental models changes that. And in the next 4 minutes, I will show you exactly how. My name is Oo Living, and I am the author of Deep Reading: How to Engage Your Mind in a Book. I've spent more than half of my life studying how the best world thinkers approach books differently from everyone else. The gap isn't intelligence, as I've realized, it isn't speed. It's the mental frameworks they bring to every page before they read a single word. This is the School of Books podcast, and welcome. Here's what most readers think reading is: they think it is input. You open a book, ideas go in, you close it, you're smart. But that is far from it. Here's what deep reading actually is: it is collision. You bring a mental model, a mental framework for how the world works, and you let it collide with the author's ideas. The understanding comes from the impact, not from the words on the page, but from the understanding. In other words, a book without a mental model is just text. A book with one is a conversation. And that is what it means to engage your mind in a book. The best readers don't read more carefully, they arrive more prepared. Let me show you how what this looks like in real time. Say you're about to read a chapter on habit formation. Most readers open the book, start reading, and hope something sticks. And nothing happens. But a mental model reader asks one question first: what do I already believe about how habits work? Maybe you think habits are about willpower, or maybe it's about repetition, or maybe environment. Write it down literally. One sentence in the margin. Write it. Now you're not a passive receiver, you are a debater. Every paragraph either confirms your model, challenge it, or maybe forces you to update it. And your brain, which is wired to track wins and loses, agrees and conflicts. It stays completely locked in. That's not a technique. That's how human cognition actually works. We remember arguments, but we forget lectures. If this feels unfamiliar, that's not a failure of yours. School taught us to read for answers. Tests rewarded you for finding what the author said, not for developing what you think. 12 years of that instilled a habit: read to retrieve, not to construct. Mental models are the antidote. They turn you from a search engine into a thinker. They turn you into a thinker. And that is what the school system is not designed for. The school system is not designed to make you think for yourself, but to make you think like the masses. And in the age of AI, thinking would be one of your greatest advantage as a human being. Here's the full practice in three steps. It takes only 2 minutes before any chapter you read. Step one: name your current model. What do you already believe about this topic? One sentence. Write it down in the margin. Step 2. Read looking for friction. Where does the author push back on the model? Where do they confirm it? Mark both. Step 3. After the chapter, write one sentence. Did your model survived, evolved, or it collapsed? Write it down. That's it. 3 steps. What changes is everything. Because now the book is happening inside your thinking, not just in front of your eyes. Mental models aren't just a reading tool. They are how the sharpest mind in history built their understanding of the world, compounding insights across thousands of books into a coherent, powerful way of thinking. Every book you read with a mental model doesn't just teach you something, it upgrades the lens through which you see everything. It upgrades your lens. So the next time you open a book, don't just read it. Bring something into it. See what survives the collision. So the question is, what mental model will you test first?